Okay, coaches, so this is our account after a scrimmage. I actually set up our game as a regular season game, or our scrimmage as a regular season game because some of the data, we didn't want the data to taint some of the different stats and analytics from a scrimmage. So I made it as a regular season so you guys could see more. That 18% right there means that from our team, only 18% of our kids, so 151 out of 862 assignments that were evaluated, have been marked as red. And we have 3 comments from players, so from their app back to us, that where the player said something. So that's just an indicator for you to see. When you click on this, right, it takes you to this screen, and then from this drop down right here, it defaults to quarterback. But from this drop down, you can see any and all evaluations. So this right here is my actual evaluation, from that I did for my players, right? And so we started on play 44, and we did JV beforehand. But anyways, you can see my group feedback. You can see how I evaluated my players on each play. Direct feedback that I gave my players. Here's a comment from a player, and that's time stamped. But you can also see the players that have seen it and read it, right? Seen it means they saw it, but they didn't mark it as read, which I'm good with that. This is what I'm not good with right here. This player right here, Will Ingram, he did not see the feedback, and he was not in the app at all. And he told me he was, so we'll see if he gets in there and gets it done today. But if not, I'm gonna take care of business tomorrow at practice. So, anyways, this is every play that I've evaluated from that game, and so from that drop down, you can see all coaches' evaluations, right? And so one thing I pointed out to my head coach is, like our corners coach, he gave good feedback, right? Over here, you can see that. Everything he did was individual feedback. He didn't leave any group feedback because that would appear here. If he left that, group feedback's pretty valuable because everybody on your depth chart gets to see that, even if they weren't in the game. So I encourage group feedback in addition to this if you need to leave this. But the problem is he didn't mark like this right here. Like he's correcting something here, doing a good job, right? And he dinged him here, and he dinged him here, right? I guess he went back. So anyways, he did a good job. But when I first looked at this, he hadn't dinged people, but he was leaving good feedback, right? So like it's important that we ding them, right, for execution and or effort, in my opinion. And so, anyways, our head coach saw that as an opportunity to go coach up this younger coach and make sure that that looked like he wanted it to look, right? So that's the coach's notes. Going back to the dashboard, um, over here is the are the anal or this is there's lots of stuff to see in here, but this is pretty eye opening right here. And I'm gonna finish with this. You know, you got stats, all stuff down here, leaderboard. You can look at all that later, but this right here is something I like. So this is week 0 this is that scrimmage. 862 assignments that we evaluated. You know, after a game, that's going to be like 1,800. But it shows that we executed at 86%, which seems pretty generous in my opinion. But this is what we like to show the kids. We failed 119 assignments from our scrimmage, and we felt pretty successful in the scrimmage. We felt really good about it. But there's lots of coaching, lots of opportunities to coach up our players, and there were 90 efforts, right? So there were 90 plays where a player was dinged for effort, and so this is the goal, right? This is what we want to move and improve with our players. Like if we want to be 20 assignments better next week, and so this is pretty cool and pretty eye opening for your players, to see and for you to talk about. And so, anyways, thank you guys.